We are already at the end of February, so now it is time for me to do my things I have been loving lately. If you're interested in hearing all about my favorites, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So if you've never seen any of my things I've been loving lately, it's basically a fancy name for a monthly favorites. So these are the things that I wanted to share with you that I've been using over the past month. Some of them are new products and some are rediscoveries. And just to let you know, if you are a fan of my fragrance videos, there will be no fragrance listed in this video. I do my fragrances separate. So make sure you check out my next video that will be titled My Most Addictive Fragrances Right Now. That's my fancy name for fragrance favorites. So if you're only here for the fragrance, sorry to disappoint you. There will be no fragrance in this video, but I do like to talk about my beauty, luxe, and lifestyle faves. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna start with the makeup. I only have 2 makeup items, but the first one is this Fenty Ease Drops Skin Tint. So as the name implies, this is a skin tint. They don't necessarily call it a tinted moisturizer, but I feel like skin tints are very similar to tinted moisturizers. The only difference that I've noticed is that I typically will apply a moisturizer first before applying a skin tint, whereas if I'm using a tinted moisturizer, I usually just skip moisturizer. So what I really love about this skin tint is that it gives me pretty decent coverage. I mean, of course, it is sheer, it is light. However, you can build this up. I typically wear it in a sheer fashion. I'm not wearing it today, but I actually have worn it in quite a few videos. And I feel like it looks really good on camera, even though it's a very light coverage. I've also worn this when I took a little vacation a while ago. And it held up really well in the hot sun. And that's what I love about it. I live in a hot climate, so a lot of times tinted moisturizers are just too greasy for my face, or they end up feeling heavy and sticky. I don't find that with this. It's not necessarily a matte finish, but I do think this is a better type of skin tint for somebody with oily skin. So if you're looking for light coverage, something like a tinted moisturizer, but you have oily skin, this may be one that you want to try. Now, I know for a while you couldn't get these. They were completely out of stock. Pretty much all the colors, at least all the colors for Black people, were out of stock. But now they seem to be more readily available. So I have mine in the shade 16. I'm not sure that this is my perfect shade, honestly. I did do a video on this a long time ago when I got it, so I will definitely link it for you guys. But like I said, this is the shade that I have and it works for me pretty much year round. I feel like with any of the Fenty complexion products, I'm never completely sure if I have the best shade for myself, just because, I don't know, there's so many options and I get confused on their coloring. But this one works for me pretty much year round. And because it is a very light coverage, I feel like you have a lot of wiggle room with the shades. Whereas if you look at their like regular matte foundation or their hydrating foundation, I feel like you really need to be spot on with those because those are more full coverage. This one, I feel like you can probably take a few different shades and make it work. So anyway, that's my first favorite. The second makeup product I have to share with you guys today is another complexion product, and this is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. So this has been all over YouTube, all over Instagram, and I honestly think it's for good reason. Now, when I first picked this product up, I picked it up in the shade Caracas, this one here, and I felt like the coloring was a little bit off. It was a little bit too deep and too red for me. But once I actually wore it on my skin, I was able to make it work, but I still felt like the coloring was a little bit off. However, I think this would be my perfect shade during the summer because I darken up quite a bit during the summer, and so I usually have to switch foundations once I'm out in the sun a lot. So I decided to keep it and I ordered Cadiz, and let me tell y'all, since I got Cadiz, I feel like I always want to wear this. So I'm either wearing this or this lately. Now, last month I shared with you guys the Charlotte Tilbury foundation that is very similar being compared to the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. And I have to tell you, this has kicked Charlotte Tilbury out. Anyway, this foundation is beautiful. I love the natural finish that it gives. I think this is a true medium coverage foundation. However, you can apply it very lightly like I am wearing today. Well, I'm not wearing it very lightly because I mean, I could have applied less, but I am wearing more of a lighter coverage today, and that's my preferred way to wear it. However, I definitely think this builds up to medium coverage. I typically don't like anything more than medium coverage for my skin, but you ladies who like full coverage, I'm not sure that this would be the best option for you, but if you like a medium coverage, this is good. And it's lightweight. It doesn't really feel like you're wearing makeup as you wear it. And I just think the finish is really beautiful. It's hard to explain, and I know I'm on camera, but I just feel like the finish just looks natural but perfected, and I love that about it. It's like this very beautiful radiant finish that is very hard to explain. It's kind of something that you see every time I apply this foundation. Even when I was using the wrong color, I felt like I just looked so naturally pretty. Even if I'm wearing it heavier or with a full face of makeup, I still felt like I just looked naturally pretty. So I've been loving these. Right now, like I said, I'm using Cadiz, but I'm keeping Caracas around because I can use this definitely during the summer. Next up, I have a hair product that I want to share with you, and this is actually a blow dryer. This is a Revlon brush blow dryer. I don't know what it's called, but y'all know I link all my products down below. But this brush blow dryer, I think I've had it for probably like 2 years because I haven't straightened my hair in like 2 years. But if you've been watching my previous videos, you know I just recently straightened my hair. I actually just washed it last night and went back to curling, but I felt like I got a really good result this time around because I started from wet hair and went straight to blow dry. Now typically when I have straightened my hair before, I'll let it air dry and then I will flat iron it, or I may do like a very rough blow dry. But this time around, I blow dried it. I blow dried it like fully, got it fully dry, and then I flat ironed it. And I felt like this is just very helpful because it really helped to keep those tangles out. Because you guys know, if you have natural hair, curly hair just likes to curl on itself, which equals a tangle. So it doesn't matter if I just detangle my hair in the shower, I'm still gonna find a few more tangles. Now, I'm not saying like big tangles, but my hair will still, if I run my fingers through my hair, it's probably still gonna stop at some point somewhere in my hair. So I felt like this just did a really good job of keeping it detangled, which allowed me, when I use my flat iron, to be able to go through with my comb very easily and flat iron very easily. So hopefully that makes sense. So I really just enjoyed this, and honestly, my flat iron was not perfect, but for me to have not done it in 2 years, it came out better than I expected. And so I feel like I will be straightening my hair a little bit more often, not all the time, but definitely I won't wait 2 years to do it again. So definitely wanted to share this because it is a favorite. Next up, I have a couple nail products, and the first one is this gel nail polish remover. Now my nails are blank right now. I'm taking a little gel manicure break. I'm just using like nail strengthener, so don't judge my nails right now. But y'all know I typically do my gel polish at home, right? And so to me, the worst part of gel nail polish is taking it off. This little remover really does wonders. So you can see this is in like a nail polish bottle, and it has a brush, and this is kind of like a thicker consistency than a nail polish. Kind of reminds me of glue, but basically once you have buffed off the top coat of your gel nail polish, then you can apply this, let it sit. I find that I can let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes and you can see it working. So it's not like you're guessing whether or not it's going to come off, because you'll actually see your polish kind of like crack and all. And so once that is done, then you can take a cuticle pusher, or I have like a metal cuticle pusher, and just basically push off the nail polish and it comes off. So now sometimes I do have to use it more than once. Say if I have some stubborn spots and I don't want to push too hard at my nail because that will damage it, then I will just go back, put a little bit more on, and usually I can let it sit for like 5 minutes at that point and be able to get it off. And I just feel like this makes it easier for me to get my nail polish off, and I don't get so impatient, because what would happen before is I would get just so impatient that I would just force it off, which is basically just peeling off the top layer of your nails, which is not good. Now the one I was using before is the Airshine Magic Remover. And I will say I would not recommend this one. This one works so much better. I know most people just soak off using acetone, but I've never had great luck doing that. I feel like it takes so long and I just get so impatient with it. So this to me is a game changer if you do your own gel nails at home. The brand is Aliver, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it will be linked below. The other nail favorite that I have is this Emily base coat and top coat. So again, another gel nail polish fave. But yeah, this was the first base and top coat that I ever used when I started doing my gels. And I went away from that. I had started using Gelish. I've used some other brands, D&D. I don't know what other brands I've used, but I kind of felt like my Gelish wasn't really working as well as it used to for me. And so when it was time for me to re-up, I was just like, you know, I'm gonna try Old Faithful, because I remember I used to really like this brand. And sure enough, these work so well and they're so inexpensive. The one bad thing I will say about these is I feel like they kind of get gloopy a little bit quicker than some other brands, but this set costs like $12 and I feel like it goes on well. It works well with all the different gel polish brands that I use, and it looks good. It looks professional. It's not difficult to use until it gets kind of to that point where it's a little bit too gloopy. So before that point though, it's pretty easy to use and they're so inexpensive. My nails last like at least 2 weeks using this top and base coat, and that is more than I can say on some other brands. Some brands I've only been able to get my nails to last like a week and a half, which is still okay with me, but I'm getting like well over 2 weeks using these without any chips or peeling or anything like that. So I definitely needed to mention these. Next up, I have a luxury fave to share with you guys, and this is my YSL Lulu. Now I've had this bag for a while. I had it since it came out basically. I've done a couple videos featuring it over the years and I still love it, y'all. So I pulled it back out this past month and I found myself using it quite a bit. I felt like I kind of had stopped using it because it has silver hardware and I mainly wear gold. But lately I haven't been caring. I guess because this silver, it's like a darker silver. It's not quite gunmetal, but it's more like an antique silver. And so I feel like it doesn't stand out as much as a bright shiny silver would. And so I just wear it with my gold and I don't care and I still look good. And I've been loving this bag. It's like the perfect size for me. I have stuff in here right now, but I'll show y'all. So it's not like a mini bag. It's a good size bag, but it's not huge either. I also can crossbody this bag and it looks cute like that as well. It's not too big to crossbody. Most of the time though, I just wear it like this on my shoulder, but you can also wear it with the long strap as well on your shoulder. I hardly ever wear it like that. I'm either crossbody or like this. And I just love this bag. It feels so luxe and it's beautiful, and I would definitely not mind having this in another color. So I felt like I should mention it because I haven't mentioned it in a long time and I hadn't used it that much in 2021, but I have been killing it in 2022. So that is the YSL Lulu. I have mine in the size small. All right, the next favorite that I have to share is something that I think you will love if you are a content creator or if you like to make Instagram reels, TikToks, whatever y'all are into these days, I don't know. But this is a product that I've been using lately that I felt like I should share. So this little baby here, it looks like just a weird box, right? But this is actually like a phone holder. I guess it's not a tripod, it doesn't have legs, but it's similar to a tripod. So it's all wrapped up like this, but I always forget which side to open it on. When you open it, comes out and you can use it to hold your phone. So this does extend. I'm not going to extend it, but it goes up pretty high. And you sit your phone here so you can have your phone either portrait or horizontal landscape mode. So whatever you're filming, it'll work for that. And then it also has a light here. I'm not going to turn the light on because I mean it would just be too bright on camera, but there's a light here that you can dim and that you can change from the warmth on. There's also a light on the other side. So what I really like about it is I can put my phone here and use it to film. I can sit it on something. It also goes up tall enough that if I'm sitting in like a chair like this and I have this on the floor, it goes up high enough that I can still film myself talking, and that's very helpful because it is hard to find, for me, it's been hard to find a cell phone tripod that keeps my phone straight and sturdy and goes up high. I had another one, but I ended up returning it because I couldn't get my phone to be straight on it. Like, what's the point? But anyway, I've been loving this. And what I also like, the other feature that made me really want this is that you can flip this. I can't do it from here because because I don't have it high enough up, but let me try to change the angle so y'all can see. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see that. But basically, you can put your phone here, like this, and get a overhead shot. So you can either have it this way or this way, depending on how you're filming, and get an overhead shot, which is really hard to do with the regular tripod. So hopefully that makes sense, y'all. I will definitely link this product below. I actually came across this idea because on Instagram, I always get these ads for a product that's similar to this. It's a different brand name. And I honestly didn't want to spend that much on it, but it kept, like, I was wondering if I would love it. And so of course I went to Amazon and found something similar, and I've actually been really enjoying this. So I felt like I should share it with you guys. All right, so we're on the last favorite, and this is gonna be something super random, but it has been very helpful to me. So I would be remiss if I did not mention it. This is the Folex Instant Carpet Spot Remover. Now, we have mainly hardwood floors, but this works on any type of upholstery material that I have tried. So I've used this on couches, I've used it on rugs, I've used it on blankets if I needed to. It literally works. Curtains, it works pretty much on everything. And I've tried a bunch of different carpet cleaners and fabric cleaners, and not all of them really work, especially on carpet. But this one, like, does wonders. My son actually got sick, like stomach sick, where he was vomiting. And so I had to clean up a lot of that over this past weekend, and it reminded me how good this product works, because y'all know if somebody gets sick on something, sometimes it just seems like you can't get the smell out no matter what. I tell you, after one cleaning with these, I could no longer smell it. Now, I am a double cleaner because when it comes to stuff like that, I feel like I need to just do it twice to make sure it's gone. But first cleaning with this, just spray it on the spot, agitate it with your fingertips, or if you don't want to use your fingertips, you can use, like, I usually put my fingertips in like a paper towel and rub it like that. And then you place a paper towel over it to basically blot it up. This works like no other carpet cleaner I have ever used, or fabric cleaner I've ever used. I've used this for years. It's just one of those things that I always use, but I found a new appreciation for it over the past week. So I wanted to share it with you all, because if this is not, if you don't have this in your house, you need to get it. You need to get it. It's not that expensive. I mean, I guess it's kind of expensive for a carpet cleaner, but you get a lot. You don't need to use a lot. And yeah, I feel like one of these bottles lasts us at least 6 months to a year, probably longer. But yeah, definitely check this out if you have not. That's the Folex Instant Carpet Spot Remover. So those were all the things I've been loving lately. I didn't have that many items, but I felt like I talked a lot, so this video is probably still long. But hopefully you guys found it helpful or enjoyable. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed and turn your notification bells on so that you don't miss videos from me. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram yet, go ahead and do that now. I always like to post little things over there, and I'm easily contacted on Instagram, where sometimes it takes me a while to get back to YouTube comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.